Hello friends and welcome to Fiddlehead Fiddle Lessons. Today I'm going to show you an easy way to do a fun bowing pattern called the Georgia Shuffle. So I've done this lesson before, but a few years ago maybe I did a video on this, but I've come up with a much simpler way to show it to you. So I wanted to do it again. So what is the Georgia Shuffle? If we look at a simple pattern and just try to do it on that, you'll notice that it's a single long quick down bow followed by 3 slurred up bows. All right. And so that accent happens on the down bow and it falls on beats 2 and 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. So to learn this, first play that basic pattern. That's what we're going to work with today. Let it flow. Get to the point where you can do it easily without thinking about it too hard. The next step is kind of an intermediate step before doing the Georgia Shuffle. We're going to do a related bowing that I call separate 1 slur 3. It's the same thing, but our down bow is going to happen in an easier place on the downbeat. So that's it. We're going to go down, up, up. And then if you can do that easily, try looping it on with a beat. I recommend you take a moment to practice that on your own. Excellent. And now we're going to do the Georgia Shuffle. So we basically shift that down bow to the third and to the second and fourth beats. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to start by doing it with just open. We're going to do a series of little exercises that loop and that take you to the final goal of doing it on the whole pattern. So we're going to start with open 1 on an up bow. Basically going to build a house around the Georgia Shuffle on this pattern, starting with this little foundation. If you can do that, then do it with a beat. Here's a tip: when you lift, do a little circle motion. So for each of these exercises I'm going to give you that lead to it, you want to play it with absolute flow. They're easy now and they're going to get harder as we go. So be sure to be able to do it with flow. Then when it comes time to doing the whole pattern, you'll be able to do that more easily. The next step we're going to add is a single down bow on D2. Try it without a beat, and then with the beat. This is the power of looping. Here we go. All right. I'm going to keep building, and we're now going to add an up bow D3. Okay, so we're going to go. And when you're doing it in free time is when there's no beat, I recommend ending each step with a throwaway bow, releasing some energy, bringing out a bigger sound. Now we do that with the beat, but we'll leave a rest, to be specific, a half note rest. 3, 4. 3, 4. Allows you to reset. Okay, you get the idea. Now we're going to do a little step. We're going to go 3 open and an up bow. Just do that a few times. Hello, hello. Add words to make it more fun. All right, and now we're going to do everything we have so far. And try that on a little loop. Actually make your circles a little smaller. Excellent. And we're almost ready to do the whole thing. I think we could do the whole thing, but I just want to stress that each one of these points is a really good exercise for you to practice. And I've made play-along tracks that you can see on the Fiddlehead site that you can practice each step with me playing along so that you can really get it. So finally, we can just try to do the whole pattern slowly. Maybe first do that. And then, if you're comfortable with that, just try to do the whole pattern. Try to loop that on your own a little bit. All right, so now that you have this basic exercise, you can start to practice it in different ways. You can do the same thing on an different open string. On G, started on A. You can, or on E, you can do more complex things like starting to add it to a scale. And eventually add it to tunes. You can do different scales like minor scales. Basically, you want to play this 1,000 times. Repeat 1,000 times, 1,000 times. No joke, practice it 1,000 times. So when I have taught this before, repeat 1,000 times, people have criticized it or questioned it, and their criticism is good. What they say is, that's going to be boring to play it 1,000 times, or I don't want to play it 1,000 times badly. And those are all good points. When by repeat 1,000 times, I mean do it with awareness and intention, and constantly be playing with and experimenting with what you do, so you can practice the same basic thing on a lot of different ways, on every scale you know, every pattern you know, any tune you know with lots of eighth notes. And that repeat 1,000 times philosophy applies to anything you practice. You don't just do it robotically, but if you play and work with something that many times, you're going to really have a sense of flow and mastery with it. All right, so if you found this tip to be helpful, then please hit the like button on YouTube, subscribe to the channel, and tell your friends about Fiddlehead lessons. And if you want to go further, check out the Fiddlehead course. It's a deep, progressive, step-by-step way to play fiddle. It takes you from the absolute beginner level to advanced things like adding variation to Irish tunes and Appalachian tunes. And it's a fun yet step-by-step way to learn and just get better as a fiddler. And I have a 2-week free trial period where you can take any part of the course, explore the whole thing as deeply as you want for 2 weeks free of charge. Cool. Please check that out. I hope that helps. I hope that sheds some light on this tricky bowing pattern. Let me know your questions. And now I wish you well on your fiddle journey. See you next time. Go to fiddlehead.com for a progressive step-by-step course outline, color-coded tabs, play-along tracks, sheet music, and much more. Thanks for watching the video. Excellent. And don't forget to subscribe. Thanks.